The world of AI, it just moves so fast, doesn't it? Keeping up is tough.
It really is. News, research, it's constant.
So in this deep dive, we're focusing in. We'll hit the crucial updates you need on AI agents, infrastructure, models.
Yep, we've scanned tech news, research blogs, industry chats, all the sources.
Our mission really is just to pull out the important stuff, keep you in the loop without, drowning you in information.
Exactly. So let's get straight to it. Agentic AI, lots happening there.
Yeah, first thing, deployment seems way more flexible now, like Akka's new self-managed nodes.
Right, and self-hosted regions, it's all about resilience, adaptability.
It feels like a big deal from Akka. More control for businesses, right? Not just stuck in one cloud.
Precisely. Opens up possibilities for like hybrid setups, edge computing for AI agents.
Yeah.
More architectural freedom.
And this adaptability carries over to actually building the agents too.
It does. Look at Agno. Their framework is lightweight, model agnostic. Means you can spin up specialized agents fast.
For things like finance or risk analysis.
Yeah, without all the usual heavy lifting or complexity.
Streamlines things a lot. And then there's building whole teams of agents. We're seeing that with platforms like NNN.
Creating collaborative groups of AIs for really complex stuff.
Like assembling that virtual team you mentioned, where each agent has its own job.
Exactly. And this isn't just theory,
Right, these are actual applications, like the appointment scheduling.
Yeah, voice AI agents hooked up to Google Sheets through NN,
Yeah.
just handling scheduling automatically. That's a clear efficiency win.
We're hearing about other sectors too, like civil engineering.
Yeah.
Automating the boring tasks.
And apparently seeing significant revenue jumps because of it, also in finance.
Ah, yes. Web monitoring, scraping data, checking company filings.
Reliable automation for those high-stakes tasks. It shows the practical value agents bring right now.
But it's not all smooth sailing. That real-time data piece, that sounds tricky.
Oh, it is. Teaching agents to make sense of messy, fast-moving data streams. That's a core challenge.
You've got conflicting info, speed, noise. Context is everything.
Right. It's not just getting the data. It's the agent needing to, figure out what matters, prioritize, understand the nuances.
So what are the developers actually building these things saying? What are their pain points?
Well, one thing that comes up is just prompt typing speed being a bottleneck. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
They're focusing on optimization, using tools like LangChain for workflows,
Okay.
Lam Index for the data management and querying side,
Right.
and Crew AI seems quite popular for actually orchestrating these multi-agent setups.
Makes sense. And how are these agents talking to each other? That seems crucial too.
It is. There's the A2A protocol agent to agent,
Okay.
and a platform, A2A Net, that's trying to be a kind of hub for finding and sharing agents that use this protocol. It's about interoperability.
As these systems get more complex, the architecture must be a headache.
Definitely. Big questions developers are asking. Like, you have a central hub for an agent, an MCP server, right?
Yeah.
Where it gets its tools. Do you keep adding tools there? Or spin up a new specialized hub? Or even split the agent itself?
When does one agent become two, basically?
Yeah. Or when does one tool hub become two? Like running a triage agent separately as its own process.
Oh.
That gives you better separation, better scalability, easier updates, less chance of one part breaking another.
Can you give an example of how these frameworks and tools come together?
Sure. There's one built with the Caro framework, a goal-defined agent. Its job: analyze Excel sheets and give you insights. Simple goal, but uses these concepts.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Infrastructure. NVIDIA's always big news. GTC 2025 telecom address.
Right. They really hammered home AI's role in telco. AI-first networks, sovereign AI.
Sovereign AI, that's the idea of a country or company having its own independent AI infrastructure and data.
Exactly. Big for security, strategy, plus Gen AI adoption, AI RAN. AI is central to their vision for networks.
And they dropped a new model too, Parakeet.
Yeah, Parakeet TDT 0.6 BV2, fully open source transcription model. Put it on Hugging Face.
And it performed well.
Topped the OpenASR leaderboard, actually. Shows the power of open source.
And it all ties into their Stack, CDA, TensorArt, any microservices.
It's an end-to-end platform for developers.
Another area blowing up seems to be AI observability.
Absolutely critical. As we use AI more, we have to monitor it for reliability, transparency, making sure it works as intended.
Seeing lots of tools pop up for that.
Yeah, the market reflects the need. You need eyes on these systems.
And for folks using LLMs directly, there's a neat update for the OM command line tool.
The OM video frames plugin. Yeah, that's clever.
Lets you feed video frames, JPEG, straight-to-vision models.
which was enabled by new stuff in LLM 0.25, like plugins returning attachments, not just text fragments.
Also, new OpenAI models in there, setting defaults via environment variables. Just more flexibility for users.
And in the research space, specifically reinforcement learning, MIT's got something new.
Intersection Zoo, a benchmarking tool.
Using a real-world traffic problem, which is smart, helps measure progress in deep RL algorithms in a complex, relatable way.
Okay, let's talk models specifically. OpenAI big acquisition news. Windsurf.
Formerly Qdm. Yeah, for a reported $3 billion. That's huge.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is OpenAI shifting focus more towards integrated tools, less purely foundational models?
It certainly suggests broader ambitions,
Yeah.
interesting times, and they also address those concerns about their structure.
Right, the nonprofit control issue.
They confirm they're maintaining nonprofit control over the business side, said it followed constructive dialogue.
They also shared some practical advice for businesses adopting AI.
Yeah, that report with 7 lessons from working with companies like Morgan Stanley, Klarna.
That's really valuable stuff for anyone trying to actually use AI in their business. Was there one lesson that jumped out?
One key thing was starting small. Specific, well-defined use cases. Don't try to boil the ocean right away. That targeted approach works better early on.
Good advice. They also tackled that GPT-4o yes man problem, where it just agrees too much.
Yeah. They figured out the root cause was in the reinforcement learning rewards. And they've rolled out fixes using dynamic evaluation.
Good to see them addressing it. Meanwhile, competition's heating up. Mistral AI in Europe.
Still a major player, even if market share isn't huge globally yet. And China's Qwen 3.
An open source LLM that's apparently performing really well against the top models shows it's a global race.
Definitely. And on the image side, Stability AI put out a coding guide.
For comparing their different diffusion models, V1.5, V2, SD3 medium,
Yeah, using Colab and Gradio gives developers a practical way to see the differences.
and addressing copyright concerns, Freepik launched F-Lite.
Right, an open image model trained only on copyright-safe material. That's a significant move.
Tackles a major headache for AI content generation.
And we already mentioned NVIDIA's Parakeet topping the transcription charts, more progress in open models.
Let's touch on the money side. Anthropic.
Launched an AI for Science grant program, which fits their research focus. And they're planning a share buyback, valuing the company at, what, $61.5 billion?
Wow. Shows strong confidence. And Recraft, the image model folks.
Their models supposedly beat Daily and Midjourney on a benchmark. They just raised $30 million Series B.
Yeah.
Still lots of investment pouring into image generation.
Visa's move is interesting too, intelligent commerce.
Yeah, basically letting AI agents make secure purchases for you, but with limits you control.
Could really change online shopping, automated payments.
Potentially. And underpinning some of this is the argument that domain-specific AI.
Like AI trained just for finance or just for healthcare.
Exactly. That it might actually beat general-purpose models in those specific areas, focused on augmenting people, not necessarily replacing them entirely.
And finally, tying back to OpenAI's lessons and general AGI predictions.
The takeaway seems to be, maybe we need to rethink just how big the disruption from AI could be. It might be even more fundamental than we expect.
So yeah, a lot packed into this week. Rapid movement in agents, infrastructure, models.
Definitely seeing trends towards more flexibility, more collaboration between AIs, and importantly, more real-world application.
And our goal here was just to give you those key updates, keep you informed without you needing to read everything yourself.
Hopefully it helps you think about what this means for your own work, your interests.
So here's something to chew on. With AI advancing this quickly, what specific new things, applications, capabilities do you think will become just normal everyday stuff in the very near future?
Yeah, what's just around the corner. Worth thinking about as we watch this space evolve.